Hey up guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the York City Save. Just going to start with a PSA. I probably should have said this in yesterday's episode, but if you're in the UK, vote. For crying out loud, vote. Doesn't matter. I know this is going up at 5 PM. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do so. Just get in the queue. As long as you're in the queue by the time it shuts, you can still vote. Not a problem. Anyway, that's that. Not going to say who I'm voting for, but, just going to say I am working class and from a single mother. So if you've been paying attention to any of the comments being made, you probably understand where I stand. But 2 games played in the interim since we last met. Of course, Yeovil 3-1 away from home. Very good victory, that one. 4-1 at home to Sutton and 4-0 away at Dover. So scoring now, what was it? Quite a tight, very, very long run of tightly contested games. I say tightly contested. Tight on the score sheet. Not necessarily some of these tightly contested in terms of who was the dominant team. But now starting to actually show that dominance in the score lines. They did score a penalty, of course. It's weird. Penalties seem to be coming in pairs now, for the most part. Penalties do seem to be given a lot less than they were in the beta, and also still scored a lot less than they should be in real life. However, 2 penalties in this game, both of them were scored. I have now fixed the penalty order as well, because got away with that one. Kempster should not be anywhere near. Well, I say anywhere near. He should have been the 3rd choice of the players of the pitch, but he scored it nonetheless. Dover was somewhat admittedly helped by sending off for their side. 2 goals for the defender Pietro Romano, the first of which was very much a caning, in the sense that he intercepted what was a goal-bound header from Juanito Lopez and put it in himself. So I was thankful that Juanito Lopez got a goal of his own later on, and then Romano got another one of his own later on, which was completely legitimate and absolutely his. Really, it should have been 2 for Lopez, 1 for Romano, 1 for Walker, but, defenders got to get the goals where they can. If that robs Lopez of the Golden Boot at the end of the season, I will be crying with laughter. But 2 games today, Havant Hartlepool, who are now 2nd again, and Hartlepool, who are 21st, but sort of vaguely local. If considering Darlington were regarded as a local rival in the division below, I suspect Hartlepool are considered in this division, probably why it's televised. We've drawn Blythe in the 4th round, who of course were in the division below us last year, so really 100% bothered by showing you that one. So it's double H today, Havant and Hartlepool. I don't know why I said it like that. The drizzly 18 degrees. I wish it was today. Well, it's drizzly, but it's not 18 degrees. Oh, Kempster. I did not see the fact that Kempster has taken a knock. Bennett is returning to fitness, though, which is good news. Slap him on the bench. Not ready to start. At the very least, justifies Kempster's absence from the first team. At the very least, Ethan Walker did score last time out, so hopefully he's sort of gelling in the team now after being injured himself briefly. Boyce has to come in at left back because we don't have anyone else at this stage, because Newton's taken a knock, but I guess I'm going to have to put him on the bench just because I need someone to operate in left back if I need him. Or if, Boys is continuing to perform at a level of 6.5 or worse. Yeah, that makes sense for the team, I think. So, Boys, Romano, Boom and Clark, first choice. Well, what is hopefully going to be my first choice backline. Boys is still questionable, as I've just said. Smith in goal. Block is back for the defensive midfielder role. I say back. I don't think you actually saw his absence. He had to miss 1 game, basically. Nacelle and Thor in the middle. Walker and Stanley on the wings here, and Juanito Lopez up front. We are at home, so I'll start positive. That's something I keep forgetting to do. And it's a like-for-like formation. I'm going to keep saying pick up where you left off, because frankly, at this point, there's nothing else I can say. It's like, well, you're undefeated at this point, so keep going and have fun. Now, I know... Oh, hang on. One of my players was actually really tired, and I didn't completely clock onto that when I was doing the team, evidently, but 88% will be fine. What is happening here? Someone's having a telling off as Thor is about to put this one in. Nacelle scored within the first minute. Good. Right. There's an assist by Pietro Romano, who is apparently now just becoming a world-class playmaker and goalscorer. Alongside being a... What was with that stuttered runner by Thor there, by the way? He's gone from goal-scoring machine to goal provider. As we're going to see this with lines, because apparently we didn't need to... Okay. Don't know why we had to see it like that. Who is the title? Is it Thor himself? Wilkes gathers. By the way, I think Thor is about to go on holiday. I say on holiday. International under-21s duty with Iceland. So I don't think he's going to be available for the next match. So I guess it is. Well, my lord. What? Okay, well, Hardy here is on with basically a 1v3 at this stage, as the rest of his team then joins the party. And, well, I mean, sorry, I had a pause while that one went in. Can you respect our nets, please? Because, I mean, you're paying for them if you break them. But this is shuffled up to Lopez, who does play it backwards quite nicely, actually. And that releases Walker into space on this far side, who's probably going to shoot from here, let's be real. Yeah. Called it. Could have crossed it. Could have sent it to the back post for maybe a tap in there. Nah. In fairness, when it's a winger, slightly less nailed on the fact it's definitely going to be a shot. But Lascelles on this far side now, and is he going to shoot from there? Yes, he is. And another corner. Whether or not any of these are actually going to come to anything, I have no idea, but we'll find out. No, it doesn't. Oh, that was why I was looking at the corners early before this match. I was going to try and fix those a little bit. But we'll do that. In the interim, I suspect now, boom, this highlight does continue. If they score from this, after all that play, no. Someone going the way of that. I think that was Romano. Harfield, can we just get the ball and sort this out now? Oh, Thor, thank you. Intercepted. Apparently, we're just going to watch the whole match at this stage because I'm fairly certain this highlight's been going for about 3 minutes of in-game time and real time. Lopez, no, he scored. It did eventually lead to something, all that corner nonsense. Lopez on a bit of goal-scoring form now and maybe living up to that 1 to 5 betting tag at the start of the season as, yep, that's a finish. Just left the goalie with absolutely nothing. He could do 7 goals already for him now. Thor over the free kick again, and that's punted back to himself for nearly an identical, symmetrical goal as the first one. Just flip the sides. Another highlight, Defies, whatever. One of the two. Azamuga, one of the two. Again, as well. Don't make it easy for me sometimes, do they? Lascelles charges down that far side. Runs past about 4 different people. Thor gathers it on the other side instead. Probably, hopefully whips this one in. He does. Goes to the back post where Walker is waiting, but doesn't quite get there. Azamuga is blocked. Taylor is chased down by Block, but not quite caught up to. Has released Azamuga into a bit of space on that far side, but hopefully boys can get in the way. No, Lascelles intercepts instead. That's one way of doing it. Lopez, 2 in the game. 1-on-1 though. That's a rarity. I will take a 1-on-1 goal every day of the week. Because they're a collector's item in this year's game. Oh, with a line still. A cheeky flick pass there was completely intercepted by Lascelles, who was on that, and Lopez finished it off for him. Just to keep it up, and I'm actually going to go off positive at this stage because we're 2 goals up. We don't need to ruin our fitness levels at all. I think it's a full week between the games, or it might just be like the longer half of a week for the next match. Walker out to Boys, who gives it back again, and staying out there. I like the fact that Boys is staying out there. I think he's onside if he ever goes back out to him, but I like the fact he is seeming to sort of having that Clark on the opposite side doing exactly the same thing, which is nice to see. Walker is ready there to hit it over, but it's nice to see the fullbacks pushing up and staying up there when we're attacking. Got 20 minutes to go. I will release. Walker is not actually having a good game. Bennett is less one-sided, I'm pretty certain. Boys is on the 6. Why is he so bad? I don't understand, but his fitness level is quite good. I'll preserve Clark rather than taking Boys off at this stage. It's going to demand a little more. I don't think it did anything. Oh, it is. There we are. It's kicked in now. Focus. Just want to stop them being a little bit complacent, to be honest, more than anything. Thor in the middle is obviously super tired, so I think that's the change I'll make instead. Just bring Green into the play as Stanley has a corner. Romano's there under it. Oh, nearly almost balancing out of the previous game there. I thought Lopez was about to tap in a goal-bound Romano goal there for a second. Oh, by the way, in that last match, when we had a free kick in the 94th minute, which ended up being the Ethan Walker goal, I was genuinely half expecting Romano to get a third there and get a hat-trick. Yeah, happy result the way you played. 3-1, we'll take it. Absolutely, against the team that's sitting in second, of course. And still in second, actually, because Fylde have slipped up. No, they haven't. Fylde have climbed up the table. Chesterfield have slipped up, of course. Chesterfield have slipped up to Stockport, who are bottom. Well, that's given 6 points ahead. Like, from a save point of view, that's wonderful. From a content creator, entertainment point of view, 6 points does remove a little bit of the danger, doesn't it? Anyway, we've got to play again in a few days, so I'll bring you that. So the challenge now is Hartlepool, who lie in 22nd after a poor run of form. I'm pretty certain they should be performing better than this in terms of the league position. So interesting to see, obviously, we just dispatched the team there in second. Now we've got to deal with the team in 22nd. So interesting to see how this match differs. As suspected, Thor is on holiday, not back until the next match. But the good news is Daniel Williams is back. Now, I'm not going to play him in his deep-lying playmaker role. He can actually do that Mazzala role quite nicely, so I will just stick him straight in there instead. Isn't match sharp, but we're going to have to do it, I think. I'd like him to, well, like I say, there's not really an easy way for him to build up the match fitness, but the FA Cup first round will be a nice one for him as well in that regard. So, team as is, just Thor for Williams, who is now fully back, and it's nice to see that. Wonderful. Another 20-second. I'll start balancing if we need to change things up, go a bit more positive during the match, then we will do. Simple as that. And, oh, well, they've got the same formation as well. Oh, wait, are we at home? I thought we were away. Hang on. I'll put us back on positive if we're at home. Oh, wonderful team talk now, yes. If we're at home, I'm just going to go straight positive. Although there's a highlight after 2.5 minutes or so, without me even changing it before then. Holohan, Yoso, Reigns. I like their kit colours in terms of what I'm seeing in the 2D, but Yoso, Molyneux, being passed around a little bit. Not gone through. Romano's got that. Slightly worried that was going to be a nice defence splitting through ball, but nope. Romano is there, and Nacelle now on the ball. Walker on the left-hand side. In the Kempster role, theoretically better than Kempster. Smashes against the defender, but Boyce is there to provide almost an assist for Lopez, who heads over instead. They are looking a little bit tired in a few places, though, which is interesting to see. Clark now on the near side, as it is for us, technically. Lopez doesn't get under it. Walker on the other side. Nacelle back in the middle, back outwards. Again, smashing against the defender, and Boyce swings it in. No one there, though. Everyone was not really expecting that. However, Connor Stanley does get the sort of clearance and smashes it in. Almost a carbon copy of the goal that we saw the other team score last match. Just on the other side. Boyce heads this one across. No one was really there for it, but Connor Stanley gets the headed clearance and smacks it into their side. Like, we've just had to replace the net at that end, thanks to the goal from them last time round. We can't keep affording these nets, guys. 16 minutes. Kitching, who seems to be tired and unmatched sharp as well at the same time. Williams. That's gone backwards. And Banning, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. Williams, though, has a go. Has a go is probably the polite way of putting it. Thank you there, Ticker Tape at the bottom, for providing me the words to express that particular shot. Not been particularly dominant from us so far. It's been reasonably even in terms of shots on target at the very least. Possession-wise, yes, we're having that, but shots on target, we're not having them. We're 2 apiece. So, like a little bit more on that front. Well, I got a little bit more on that front. I'm just looking. Clear-cut chances, none. Half chances, 1 each. So, in terms of chances created, not a lot of difference. But this might be the difference, though. Walker, 1 winger, manages to beat the defender for the first time with a cross, and Stanley is at the back post. So, we're seeing it happening the other way around a bit more this season. It's the right winger getting on the score sheet of late rather than the left winger. So, Smith. By the way, Smith. I know I sang Harry Rice praises last year in the division below, but Smith, at the very least for this level of football, good lord, he's been amazing. Lopez is through wide. That might have gone down as a clear cut, that one. I wouldn't be surprised. And certainly say, don't get complacent. Now 22nd, they'll let him in. Back it up with some faith, and hopefully that... Well, of course, Connor Stanley's confused. He scored 2 goals. But he's still confident on the pitch, though, so that's all that really matters in that front. I was about to say nothing's happening in this half, just as this highlight began. 67 minutes on the clock. I was about to sort of go into a chat about who to bring on, but there's a highlight to talk about instead. So Walker does get that through to Lopez quite nicely. Good vision, nicely seen. Back to Walker again, though. Can he swing this one in? He can. Can Connor Stanley get a third? Not quite yet. Clark, though, gets it to Walker instead, who heads over. I've noticed that we are currently sat 7 points clear. I think it's because we're the only match, though. No, we can't be. 6 beforehand, and we're winning this one. So let's see what we've got here. Maybe I can't count. Boys, why is Boys so bad? That's what I don't understand. It's 2-0, so I don't really know what to change. So front 3, though, the most tired apparently at this point, so not by much. Yeah, we'll give McFarlane some game time, and we'll give Bennett some game time at this stage, I think. Just to get them a little bit more fitness, make sure they don't drop off. In the case of McFarlane, just so they don't drop off. In the case of Bennett, getting him a bit of more game time to get him back into fitness after the injury. Clark doesn't get that to Lopez, but Nacelle does gather the sort of rebound and ricochets and second ball, whatever you want to call it. Lopez is through, though. If he can get a goal here, no, he can't, because it's, bad angle. And they've placed a player I couldn't pronounce, so that's helpful for me. Williams. McFarlane's at the back post. Yeah, he's not match sharp at this point. We're still playing positive. I'll get off that for now. 20 minutes to go. Reserve some level of... Romano's nearly got another goal. Well, they've basically done literally nothing since I pointed out the game was even. Oh, screw it. I'm bringing Newton on a left back. I wanted to justify keeping Boys on just to hopefully get him something out of this, but it's incredibly frustrating. I'm not sure if just his efforts aren't being like recognised properly by the engine, or if he is just genuinely playing badly, because they're not having the same problem on the other side. Molyneux has gone clean through. Oh, Romano's given a penalty away. I think he was even booked for it. Adam Bale steps up, and how does this go? Oh, Smith saves. Well, it's slightly less surprising when the Smith's the one in goal, but still, the conversion rate for penalties in general is ridiculous. Clark's on a 7.5, so whatever Clark's doing, might have got an assist, actually, but whatever Clark's doing, he's doing absolutely fine. Whatever Boyes is doing, it's not either recording or he's doing it poorly. Yeah, it was a good performance in the end. It was looking a bit for quite a while. Oh, everyone else played on the Saturday, that's why, basically, so that's why we're the only ones playing right now. I'm trying to work out how we are now suddenly 7 points clear rather than 6. Maybe we got it wrong last time. Maybe we were 7 points clear last time out. Right, so I've had a nosy, and I think, provided we get past Blythe, I think the FA Cup first round appears between this Fylde and Chorley matches in this gap between the 31st of October, Halloween, and the 14th of November. Pretty certain that's where the FA Cup first round match would be if we get to that. I think it's deliberately factored into the schedules for the Vanarama because quite a few of the Vanarama teams should still be in it at that point. So I will probably bring you the FA Cup first round, hopefully we get someone decent. Fylde is also kind of an interesting one right now because now they're second, so would not be surprised to see next session to be Fylde and the FA Cup first round. If we get someone kind of in the first round, I'm not entirely certain if I'll do both of those, but probably will. Let's be real. Makes sense to do it anyway. I am eyeing Chesterfield, who aren't that far behind either at this stage. We'll see, but expect Fylde and the FA Cup first round. Of course, Fylde's a bit of a revenge match for them as well, isn't it? After the trophy situation last year. Yeah, we'll do Fylde regardless, I think. Until then, ta-ra.